Some of you have heard this story. Closing with this. Birmingham, Alabama, Pastor Barry Sutton. There's a group of guys there that some affectionately call the Birmingham Boys. And a group of young guys, they're awesome guys. If you've heard this story, you'll hear it again in just a moment. But they started they told me about this personally. They started a Bible study at a local high school. And they invited people, and it began to grow to where they had, I think, 50 or 60 people or so in it. Have you heard this? 50 or 60 people in this Bible study, the high school, and it's growing and it's popping and things are happening. People have been getting baptized. I think some people had received the Holy Ghost. It's wonderful. And then the oppression came. Anytime you're doing a great thing for God, you better believe the enemy will oppose you. So as some of you begin to pursue and pray for the spiritual gifts, perhaps for the first time, there will be opposition. But greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. You keep praying and pursuing, God will use you. You'll be just fine. But so these people experienced opposition. The principal of the school came to them and said, I've heard about some of the things you're teaching in this Bible study. Something about some tongues and some weird stuff. I'm not comfortable with you guys teaching this Bible study anymore. I know the students love it and it's growing, but you're not going to do this here anymore. And these young men, in their early mid-20s, boldly said, with all due respect, ma'am, we are going to keep teaching this Bible study, whether you like it or not. She said, you are not going to teach this Bible study anymore. They said, unless you drag us out, we are going to keep teaching this Bible study. Then she made the statement, over my dead body, you will keep teaching this Bible study. And 2 days later, the woman was dead. Now, I am not rejoicing in anyone's death, and you can verify this with those young men. Some of you know the church. I'm not happy about someone dying, but what I am saying is that the gates of hell shall not prevail against the church. And you and I have more power and authority than we realize. We have more favor with God than we realize. If we would step out in faith and begin to do things for God and demonstrate the authority and the power that God has given us, nothing will be able to stop us. If people try to step in our way, God can strike down the heathen. God can strike down the pagan. God can remove the barriers and the boundaries. So now is not the time to keep walking weak, to keep walking with a lack of faith. Now is the time to realize we are sons and daughters of God. We can walk in authority and power. We can set up Bible studies on our college campuses. We can set up Bible studies at our high schools. We can set up Bible studies at our jobs. We can reach our lost family members. We don't have to be afraid about telling people who Jesus is. We don't have to be afraid for going to our coworker and saying, I've noticed you're sick. Can I pray for you? Because I serve a God that heals. We do not have to be afraid any longer of walking in apostolic authority and power. Now is the time for demonstration. Now is the time for great miracles and bodies to be healed. Now is the time for the greatest revival and harvest of souls that this church has ever experienced. Now is the time for apostolic authority, demonstration, and power.